When working with our trig problems, one of the things we're going to need to be able to do is get x by itself, make x the subject of an equation. So we've just got two examples here we're going to work through. So first of all, we've got the example here of sine 50 equals x over 20. So what we're trying to do is get x by itself, so x equal to something, okay? So easiest way for us to do that in this particular question is take this 20 and move it to the other side. Now we can't just take it from one side to the other. We've got to think about balancing our equation. So at the moment the 20 is being divided into x. So what we can do is multiply both sides by 20 in order to get rid of that. So if we have 20 times by sine 50 equal to x over 20 times by 20. In this situation, these guys cancel each other out. And what we're going to do is move x over to the left-hand side. And we've got x equals 20 sine 50. So pretty easy there. Now the other way you can do this, if you're feeling somewhat familiar with what we've been doing, is you can change side, change sign. So what we mean by that is when we have sine 50 equal to x over 20, we can change side, move the 20 across, but we have to change sign. So at the moment, the 20 is being divided, so when we change the sign, we're going to have to times. Let's just clean that up, so 20. So I'm going to change side, change sign, which means I'm taking the 20 across, so 20 times by sine 50, and because I've changed sign, it's equal to x. So again, we're going to put the x on the left-hand side. And as we go through, you'll get used to, you don't need to include this multiplication sign here. You can just write 20 sine 50. Okay, so that's our first example. Let's have a look at the next one, where we've got tan 40 equal to 45 over x. So in this particular example here, we can't just take the 45 across. It's not possible to do that. So what we can do though, and this is just to go through, it's a bit of a step, but to make sure we understand what's going on, we're going to move our x first of all across to the left hand side. So we're doing the same thing where we have tan 40 equal to 45 over x. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides by x, which means that cancels out and I'll get an x on this side. So remember, this x tan is the times, so I still haven't got x by myself. I'm now going to take this tan 40 and move it to the other side. Remember, if it's multiplying, I'm going to have to divide on the other side. So let's just rewrite this for a second. X tan 40 equal to 45. Let's divide both sides by tan 40. We can see that they're going to cancel each other out, which means I'm left with x equals 45 over tan 40. Put those brackets back in there. Now again, if we remember our change side, change sign rule, we can go with tan 40 equals 45 over x. So what I'm going to do is first of all is move the x across, change side, change sign, so x times by tan 40 equals 45. Once I'm at this point, I'm then going to take my tan 45, which is times, and divide. So take it on the other side and divide. We end up with x equals, x equals 45 divided by tan 40.